Okay, welcome everyone back to this evening's training session. I'm very happy to be with you today. Okay, yeah. So tonight is pillow talk. Okay, so yeah, pillow talk is something like two best buddies maybe sitting by the bedside, but this pillow talk is talking about yes, our Beautify pillow. Yeah, and when I saw the title, I was thinking, hey, why don't I wear my pajamas just to do this talk? Then I realized that I do not wear pajamas while I sleep. All right, I I only actually while I sleep I do put my shorts on. Okay, then and it's shirtless, so I do not think that it is suitable for this session. All right, so I am all dressed up. So are you ready? Are you ready for tonight's training of our Beautify pillow? Right. So just now Clara said that Davo said that when I'm on the stage, especially talking about ABO presenting, okay, many people cannot differentiate between me and Mr. Lau. So I think the difference you can see maybe during presentation is when we start presenting in English lah. Okay, there will be a big difference. Actually, this is a fun fact for you. Back in the days, like maybe 10 over years back, many people actually could not differentiate between me and Mr. Lau. Why? Because we are the same body type and body size back then, okay? But since back then till now, Mr. Lau has grown financially, okay, while I have grown physically, all right? So this is the difference between two of us right now. All right, so how many of us here are Beautify pillow users? If you are a Beautify pillow user, please put a 11111. All right, let me know how many of us here. We have around 116 participants over here. Do I get 116 ones? Okay, so if you are a Beautify pillow user, this training would be proved very worthwhile for you. And if you are not, after this training, I hope that you can make up your mind, right? And pillow is one of the subjects that I love to talk about, right? Why? Because I just love to buy pillows, right? I've been buying pillows since I was able to afford my own pillow because of my I have got requirements for a pillow because my neck is stiff. Okay, ngang gang in Cantonese. All right, my neck is stiff, and a lot of pillows that I use. Initially, it will feel good. You can feel the support, but after a while, it feels like the problem is back again. Okay, so it is very difficult for me to use a pillow for a longer period of time. I have to change pillows like every 6 months. Okay, the longest that I've used before the pillow, before I bought the pillow made by M Life, okay, distributed by M Life, was I think 2 years. 2 years, and that was an adjustable pillow as well. All right, so now let us go into the sharing. Okay, I'll share with you these slides over here. All right, okay, so tonight's pillow talk. All right, Empower Platinum Beautifly pillow. Okay, so yeah, so one thing is I would like to talk about is our cervical spine, which is one of the spine joints at the area of our neck. Okay, this joint has the highest mobility, meaning that the varying degrees that you can turn left and right, up and down, round and round, front and back. Okay, this joint is highly flexible. It's the most flexible joint. Okay, then after that comes your lumbar joint, which is your back joint. Okay, so this joint and your lumbar, meaning your back joint and your neck joint actually has a lot of stress during the daily activities that we do in the whole day. All right, so what is the best time for them to really rest and relax is when we sleep. All right, so sleep is not only restorative for the body, but it also restores the joints of our spine. Okay, in the sense that it can help our spines to distress, and the disc at our spine to because it has been compressed, to decompress so that it can go back to its original thickness. So this is very important if we want to prevent things like arthritis, things like slip disc, things like degenerative disc, okay, later on in life, right? So sleeping also does one function whereby it is to decompress our spinal joint. But for that to happen, the mattress that we use is very important. The pillow that we use is very important. And of course, do not forget, stretching exercise is also very important. Now, the problem with modern people nowadays is that we use a lot of electronic gadgets that would actually need us to look down. Okay, to look down. So this is a very bad posture, and it puts a lot of stress not only on the neck part but also on your shoulder part. So for those of you who has already felt, this kind of a symptom of neck stiffness and shoulder stiffness, whereby your neck or your shoulder gets tired very easily, this is a postural problem, okay, caused by fixed position for a prolonged period of time. So what do we do? Okay, I would actually recommend us to do some stretching exercise every now and then while we are in front of the laptop. Okay, especially now, this is very important because I see some staff of M Life over here. This is very important for you guys to do some stretching because now we are really working in front of the laptop a lot. Okay, so the cervical spine, the lumbar spine, the knee, and the heels, these are the areas which are very prone to the formation of one thing, which is bone spur. All right, so bone spurs or osteophytes are actually growth of bones, extra growth of bones due to the repair process. So when the body goes out of alignment, when you have improper posture, the body will actually compensate. So one of the way of compensating is, if it is due to an injury, if it's due to prolonged bad posture, one of the things it compensates is to repair that certain joint, and it result in something, to repair it, to help it for support. But in the end, the repair process, there is extra bones jutting out, and if that presses against the nerves, it will result in pain. All right, so it's like helping but not helping at all in the end. All right, so we have to be mindful. The cervical spine, the spine of the neck, is one of the area which is most prone to the development of bone spurs. Okay, if it develops and then if it really pinches the nerves or touches the nerves, it is a very serious problem. It's a very serious problem. It might result in disability, and it might also result in surgery, but the surgery is from mild to high risk. Okay, I've actually seen a post-surgery patient, post-surgery patient which removed his bone spur of the cervical area. The doctor said it is a minor surgery, but he ended up being disabled from the shoulder down. Okay, meaning that he was partial disabled. Okay, he could not stand up by himself. His hand could barely hold up a spoon. Okay, he has to be carried everywhere. So the condition did not improve even after 6 to 7 weeks. Okay, so he was like that from then on. Right, so please take care of your spine. Okay, so spinal health has got to do with posture ultimately. So the body, when your posture is not good, it will result in misalignment of the spine and the bones and the joints, because the body will compensate. Like, let's say if you have got injury on the left leg, it will compensate by using the right leg. But once it compensates using the right leg, your pelvic will be misaligned. And when your pelvic is misaligned, your lumbar area will be misaligned, your thoracic area will be misaligned. And then if you are in front of the computer like this one, okay, you will also create misalignments as well. Okay, like this one, you create misalignments as well. Okay, because you are slouching, and you are hunchback. All right, so long term like that is not good. Okay, and then improper sleeping position, sleeping area. Okay, it is also not beneficial to the body. All right, so actually the pillow and the bed has got a lot to do with spinal support as well. All right. Okay, this is a good bed and a good pillow would actually help you to decompress and de-stress your spine when you sleep. Okay, so many people would ask, what is the best sleeping position? Now, there's no best sleeping position. Every position is a habitual thing. But while you are in that position, I think you can attribute that to the bed that you're sleeping on and to the pillow that you are using. Okay, so over here we have got many different types of sleeping position. Which sleeping position are you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7? Please let me know. All right, let me know in the chat which sleeping position are you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7? All right, can I see that on my computer? Let me see. Okay, I've seen some replies over here. Right. Okay. Wow. There was one. Yi Xing. Okay. She is from our creative department. She says that her sleep, she is from position 1 to position 7. Okay. So I think that is because of work stress. Okay. If Mr. Liu is here, no, Mr. Liu is not here. So sorry. All right. Okay. So no matter how you sleep, there is no best sleep position, but of course, different sleep position actually do tell us something as well. Okay. Like for me, I am sleeping in on the side. I am mostly position number 3, but I do not cover up, like I do not rope. What do they say? How do they say this? I do not sleep like that, lah. I am a side sleeper. I am a side sleeper. All right. So before this, I'm used to sleeping on my left, but now I'm used to sleeping on my right. Okay. Before that, my wife used to sleep on the right, okay, on her right as a side sleeper. So when I sleep on my left and my wife sleeps on the side of the right, so we are facing each other, right? Okay, but that was many years before. Now I'm a side sleeper. I sleep on my right and she sleeps on her left. Okay, so what happened? What do you think happened? Okay, we sleep on the same bed, but I'm facing the right and she's facing the left. So our backs are, facing each another. What do you think happened? Okay, actually nothing big happened. It's just that we had a son and our son is sleeping in the middle. All right. Okay. So when my son is sleeping in the middle, why do I sleep on the right now? Because I do not want to be kicked in the face in the middle of the night, which she always does. Okay, right. So now sleeping position, instead of asking that, all right, a pillow, which pillow is the most suitable? All right, a pillow is a must no matter how you sleep. So these are all the generations of pillows that we can see. Okay, that we can see over here. So yeah, now this is the time for me to do this. Okay, I think this is good. Could my camera be bigger? Meaning the PowerPoint is smaller and my camera is bigger so that everyone can see, because what I'm going to show you now is something very precious to me. Like I said, I've been buying a lot of pillows. Okay, so I'm going to show you the first generation pillow. Okay, this is the first generation pillow. Can you all see it? If you can see it, just put a yes. This is the first generation pillow, and this pillow is not cheap. This pillow is a hotel quality grade pillow, right? Inside are feathers. All right, it is very, very, very comfortable. Okay, this is the first generation pillow, and I do have as well the second generation. The second generation pillow is something like that. Okay, it's something like that, right? In the middle is rather lower and is higher over here. So when you sleep, they say you have neck support over here. Okay, I'm not using this pillow anymore. Okay, this is an old pillow, right? And then there is another generation of pillows whereby you can sleep on two sides. Okay, pillows like that. So for people which needs a higher support, they'll sleep over here. Those that need lower support, they can sleep over here. All right. So there are two neck supports, but then again, it is in a straight aligned manner. Okay, it does not come down in the middle. It's straight aligned manner and is on yes, memory foam. All right. So memory foam, right? All right. And then now to the fourth generation pillow. Actually, I have so many pillows before this. I have got this buckwheat pillow which I've thrown away. Okay, buckwheat pillow. Okay, which is a very comfortable, very airy. But the main problem with buckwheat pillow is when you want to change the fillings inside, it is very, very tedious. Okay, you have to cut open the threads and then you fill it with the new buckwheat, and then you have to sew it back. So it is very tedious for me. So after that, I just threw it away. So this is the fourth generation pillow, our good morning pillow from M Life. All right. Okay, this is the fourth generation, and now what do we have? Yes, we have the fifth generation pillow, which is the Beautifly pillow with the shape of a butterfly. All right, shape of a butterfly. So it is from the fourth generation. We have actually improved ourselves. Yeah. Okay. Technologically. Okay. We have improved ourselves. Okay, to cover more aspects of a good pillow. Okay. Right. Right, this one. Okay, so Grace is asking, what do I do with so many pillows now? Okay, showcase lah. Okay, for times like this. Okay, I can showcase all the pillows. Right, I think it's something very interesting. So one quiz for you guys. What do you think? Which do you think is my favorite pillow now? Okay, one clue is purple in color. Okay, which one do you think is my favorite pillow now? Okay, I'll see who gets the right answer. If you get the right answer, I have a special gift for you. Okay, you have to type up the full name. All right. All right, which pillow do you think is my favorite right now? And the tip is it is purple in color. Okay, I'll count from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, seems like many people likes a gift, but everyone says it is Beautifly, Beautifly, Beautifly. Yes, Beautifly pillow is one pillow that I use every day, but I'm saying about my favorite. All right, so this is in particular a secret between you and me, because we are in this training room right now. Okay, whatever is said here stays here. Whatever is said here or shown here stays here. Okay, okay. It's not Beautifly pillow. This is my favorite pillow, which is purple in color. I bought it in Hokkaido. Chang, chang, chang. My Hello Kitty pillow. Right? This is a special edition that you can only buy in Hokkaido. All right, so if you visit Hokkaido, please, okay, get it. Okay, it is not really expensive, but it's a novelty. Okay, so I have already let the secret out. All right, this is one of the things that I collect. All right, okay, so this I don't use this pillow. This is for my collection. All right, so yeah, okay, and it's purple in color. Thank you very much. Okay. All right. So yeah, most people think that, oh man, what is a guy like you doing with a Hello Kitty like that? I do not know why. Maybe of a deprived childhood, maybe. All right. So now, what is the USP? What is the unique selling proposition of our Beautifly pillow? Whether you are selling a pillow or whether you are introducing a pillow or whether you are using it yourself, you should know what are the benefits versus other pillows. Now, first and foremost, inside one pillow itself, there is a lot of different materials which works synergetically together in one pillow. All right. So the one thing that we upgraded from the fourth generation is from a charcoal-based energy to a platinum-based. All right. So platinum, I guess most of us here knows what platinum wave energy can do, which is 1 trillion vibrations in a second, so that it can activate the body's water molecules. All right. So I will not go deep into that. Okay, because we have seen the demos before, even in 15 minutes. So how do we prove? Okay, we can prove visually by seeing the demos that we demonstrate using the chili oil, using the 50 minutes, the lift up factor, and then the skin glow, right? And the sweat and everything, all right? So, but I would like to put the emphasis on activating, especially for the cerebrospinal fluid, the CSF area, the brain area. Okay, this 1 trillion vibrations is not only for our body, for our lymphatic system, but also for our brain to better detox itself, to better wash itself during our nightly sleep. Okay, so now the coverage of platinum is even wider now with a Beautifly pillow. So the effect, okay, of prolonged use, of nightly use, okay, would be greater, okay, in accumulation, right? So other than that, okay, we can also double up as a skincare product while we use it. All right, it can help with the skincare area and also for skin cell regeneration. Okay, and it promotes brain detoxification. How does the brain detox? So why is there the need to detox for the brain? First and foremost, because we are faced with a lot of toxins. Okay, we are faced with a lot of toxins, right? Oh, this, I'll share again. Okay, we are faced with a lot of toxins, and these are the toxins, the heavy metals, the insecticides, the pesticides in the food that we consume, the food additives, okay, chemicals. And one more thing, which is not written over here, is actually this one, which I like to put emphasis as well. Okay, it's actually this one. Okay, what is this? What is this? Radiation. Yes. Okay. Radiation is also one of the toxins which is affecting our brain. Okay. So all these things, okay, affects our body and our brain as well. So when does all these things, when does all these things in the brain, okay, cleanse itself? Okay. So scientifically, they have already made a lot of progress in researching how does the brain detox itself. All right, there are two main circulatory system in the body, and our detoxification system, we know that the blood circulation system does do detox as well. Okay, bringing in the nutrients and taking away the metabolic waste. Okay, and then the lymph does this as well. The lymph does filtering and then passes it back to the blood circulation for it to be processed and excreted out of the body. All right. So, but scientists found out that the brain does not have any lymph nodes. There is no lymphatic vessels in the brain. So how does the brain detox itself? All right. So I would like to put this next 10 minutes, okay, for you to hear it from yourself from a neuroscientist. Okay, from a neuroscientist. He did this TED talk, which I think it is a very important talk, and it is a talk that will really make us understand in a very easy manner why is sleep so important. Besides repair, why is sleep so important? All right, so let us look at that video.
Sleep. It's something we spend about a third of our lives doing. But do any of us really understand what it's all about? 2,000 years ago, Galen, one of the most prominent medical researchers of the ancient world, proposed that while we're awake, our brain's motive force, its juice, would flow out to all the other parts of the body, animating them, believing the brain all dried up. And he thought that when we sleep, all this moisture that filled the rest of the body would come rushing back, rehydrating the brain and refreshing the mind. Now that sounds completely ridiculous to us now. But Galen was simply trying to explain something about sleep that we all deal with every day. See, we all know based on our own experience that when you sleep, it clears your mind. And when you don't sleep, it leaves your mind murky. But while we know a great deal more about sleep now than when Galen was around, we still haven't understood why it is that sleep, of all of our activities, has this incredible restorative function for the mind. So today, I want to tell you about some recent research that may shed new light on this question. We found that sleep may actually be a kind of elegant design solution to some of the brain's most basic needs, a unique way that the brain meets the high demands and the narrow margins that set it apart from all the other organs of the body. So almost all the biology that we observe can be thought of as a series of problems and their corresponding solutions. And the first problem that every organ must solve is a continuous supply of nutrients to fuel all the cells of the body. In the brain, that is especially critical. Its intense electrical activity uses up a quarter of the body's entire energy supply, even though the brain accounts for only about 2% of the body's mass. So the circulatory system solves the nutrient delivery problem by sending blood vessels to supply nutrients and oxygen to every corner of our body. You can actually see it in this video here. Here we're imaging blood vessels in the brain of a living mouse. The blood vessels form a complex network that fills the entire brain volume. They start at the surface of the brain, and then they dive down into the tissue itself. And as they spread out, they supply nutrients and oxygen to each and every cell in the brain. Now, just as every cell requires nutrients to fuel it, every cell also produces waste as a byproduct. And the clearance of that waste is a second basic problem that each organ has to solve. This diagram shows the body's lymphatic system, which has evolved to meet this need. It's a second parallel network of vessels that extends throughout the body. It takes up proteins and other waste from the spaces between the cells. It collects them and then dumps them into the blood so they can be disposed of. But if you look really closely at this diagram, you'll see something that doesn't make a lot of sense. So if we were to zoom into this guy's head, one of the things that you would see there is that there are no lymphatic vessels in the brain. But that doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? I mean, the brain is this intensely active organ that produces a correspondingly large amount of waste that must be efficiently cleared. And yet, it lacks lymphatic vessels, which means that the approach that the rest of the body takes to clearing away its waste won't work in the brain. So how then does the brain solve its waste clearance problem? Well, that seemingly mundane question is where our group first jumped into the story. And what we found as we dove down into the brain, down among the neurons and the blood vessels, was that the brain's solution to the problem of waste clearance, it was really unexpected. It was ingenious, but it was also beautiful. Let me tell you about what we found. So the brain has this large pool of clean, clear fluid called cerebral spinal fluid. We call it the CSF. The CSF fills the space that surrounds the brain, and waste from inside the brain make their way out to the CSF, which gets dumped along with the waste into the blood. So in that way, it sounds a lot like the lymphatic system, doesn't it? But what's interesting is that the fluid and the waste from inside the brain, they don't just percolate their way randomly out to these pools of CSF. Instead, there is a specialized network of plumbing that organizes and facilitates this process. You can see that in these videos. Here, we're again imaging into the brain of living mice. The frame on your left shows what's happening at the brain's surface, and the frame on your right shows what's happening down below the surface of the brain within the tissue itself. We've labeled the blood vessels in red, and the CSF that's surrounding the brain will be in green. Now, what was surprising to us was that the fluid on the outside of the brain, it didn't stay on the outside. Instead, the CSF was pumped back into and through the brain along the outsides of the blood vessels. And as it flushed down into the brain along the outsides of these vessels, it was actually helping to clear away, to clean the waste from the spaces between the brain cells. If you think about it, using the outsides of these blood vessels like this is a really clever design solution. Because the brain is enclosed in a rigid skull, and it's packed full of cells. So there is no extra space inside it for a whole second set of vessels like the lymphatic system. Yet the blood vessels, they extend from the surface of the brain down to reach every single cell in the brain, which means that fluid that's traveling along the outsides of these vessels can gain easy access to the entire brain's volume. So it's actually this really clever way to repurpose, go over, and replace the function of a second set of vessels, the lymphatic vessels, to make it so you don't need them. And what's amazing is that no other organ takes quite this approach to clearing away the waste from between its cells. This is a solution that is entirely unique to the brain. But our most surprising finding was that all of this, everything I just told you about, with all this fluid rushing through the brain, it's only happening in the sleeping brain. Here, the video on the left shows how much of the CSF is moving through the brain of a living mouse while it's awake. It's almost nothing. Yet in the same animal, if we wait just a little while until it's gone to sleep, what we see is that the CSF is rushing through the brain. And we discovered that at the same time, when the brain goes to sleep, the brain cells themselves seem to shrink, opening up spaces in between them, allowing fluid to rush through and allowing waste to be cleared out. So it seems that Galen may actually have been sort of on the right track when he wrote about fluid rushing through the brain when sleep came on. Our own research, now it's 2,000 years later, suggests that what's happening is that when the brain is awake and is at its most busy, it puts off clearing away the waste from the spaces between its cells until later. And then when it goes to sleep and doesn't have to be as busy, it shifts into a kind of cleaning mode to clear away the waste from the spaces between its brain, the waste that's accumulated throughout the day. So it's actually a little bit like how you or I, we put off our household chores during the work week when we don't have time to get to it. And then we play catch up on all the cleaning that we have to do when the weekend rolls around. Now, I've just talked a lot about waste clearance, but I haven't been very specific about the kinds of waste that the brain needs to be clearing during sleep in order to stay healthy. The waste product that these recent studies focus most on is amyloid beta, which is a protein that's made in the brain all the time. My brain's making amyloid beta right now, and so is yours. But in patients with Alzheimer's disease, amyloid beta builds up and aggregates in the spaces between the brain cells instead of being cleared away like it's supposed to be. And it's this buildup of amyloid beta that's thought to be one of the key steps in the development of that terrible disease. So we measured how fast amyloid beta is cleared from the brain when it's awake versus when it's asleep. And we found that indeed, the clearance of amyloid beta is much more rapid from the sleeping brain. So if sleep then is part of the brain's solution to the problem of waste clearance, then this may dramatically change how we think about the relationship between sleep, amyloid beta, and Alzheimer's disease. A series of recent clinical studies suggest that among patients who haven't yet developed Alzheimer's disease, worsening sleep quality and sleep duration are associated with a greater amount of amyloid beta building up in the brain. And while it's important to point out that these studies don't prove that lack of sleep or poor sleep cause Alzheimer's disease, they do suggest that the failure of the brain to keep its house clean by clearing away waste like amyloid beta may contribute to the development of conditions like Alzheimer's. So what this new research tells us then is that the one thing that all of you already knew about sleep, that even Galen understood about sleep, that it refreshes and clears the mind, may actually be a big part of what sleep is all about. See, you and I, we go to sleep every single night, but our brains, they never rest. While our body is still and our mind is off walking in dreams somewhere, the elegant machinery of the brain is quietly hard at work, cleaning and maintaining this unimaginably complex machine. Like our housework, it's a dirty and a thankless job, but it's also important. In your house, if you stop cleaning your kitchen for a month, your home will become completely unlivable very quickly. But in the brain, the consequences of falling behind may be much greater than the embarrassment of dirty countertops. Because when it comes to cleaning the brain, it is the very health and function of the mind and the body that's at stake. Which is why understanding these very basic housekeeping functions of the brain today may be critical for preventing and treating diseases of the mind tomorrow. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I hope everyone learned something just now. Did you learn anything? If you learned something, please share on the chat. All right, what have you learned just now? Okay, I have watched this twice over. Okay, and I think this is a very clear message about one of the aspects, the importance of sleep, which is the brain is doing its not only maintenance work, but is also doing the cleaning work, all right? So now we know when we sleep, our brain will have a rush of CSF through it. You know, you will have a rush, a wave of CSF through it to help you to detox, to help you to cleanse away your toxins of the day. Okay, so now when we use our Beautifly pillow tonight, I hope that everyone has got this kind of feeling when you sleep on it. When you sleep on it, you feel the rush of CSF through your brain, all right? And you detox, okay? So if you really want to have that feel, please switch on 528 as well so that you can feel the wave, the rush. Whoosh. Okay, okay, right. So this is how our brain detox, okay? This is how our brain detox. What are the importance of CSF? Okay, so supply nerve cells with specific nutrients, removes metabolic waste, and to regulate the pH balance. And it is also good for you to know that the CSF, the cerebrospinal fluid, is mild alkaline. Okay, so where do you make that connection? All right. Okay, so this was what the specialist was talking about. Okay, test the clinical research done with mice. Okay, they find that the waking brain has very little CSF, and the sleeping brain, there's a rush, there's a wave of CSF. Right. So what does it do is that after it rushes out all the waste metabolites, it passes it to the blood vessels for further detoxification process. So it works simply like our lymphatic system. It's just that the brain has its own waste management system. Okay. So are we brainwashed during sleep? So this is another very interesting topic, right? Okay, I think this topic is coming up in our Facebook Live. It is going to be in Mandarin, right? Okay, but anyhow, you can watch it as well. So are we brainwashed during sleep? Okay, so this is one thing they would like to know. And of course, if we do not do this properly, or this is not done properly for a very long time, if we neglect sleep, okay, neglect sleep. Now, sleep has got connection with Alzheimer's disease. Why? Because of the amyloid beta that we learned just now. All right. So amyloid beta, if we type it on Google, if we ask, then we will know it's some sort of a protein. And what it does repair the nerves as well. But the byproducts would actually stick to the nerves and create something like a plug. All right. So it's like making our blood vessels clogged up. This is making our nerves clogged up. So when our nerves are clogged up, it will rise the risk of Alzheimer's disease. Okay, so I would like to know, among these diseases like cancer, heart disease, and Alzheimer's disease, if you will have to choose one, which one would you want? Okay, if you would have to choose one, okay, heart disease, cancer, or Alzheimer's disease. If out of the three, if you would choose one, which one would you choose? Do I have any answers for this? I will not take no, I don't want anyone. That is not an answer. Which one would you choose? Okay, between heart disease, cancer, and Alzheimer's. Okay, I think most people would say I don't want. Okay, but if I were to choose, I think I would take Alzheimer's. Okay, why? Why would I take Alzheimer's? Because if I get it, I do not know I got it. Okay, that's one thing. And secondly, I will be very happy. I will lead a very long life, and the people around me goes before me. All right. Okay. No, that is a joke. All right. Okay. Well, really, it is very difficult taking care of a person with Alzheimer's. I personally seen that. It has happened to my godparent. Okay, means my second family. Right. So because of Alzheimer's, really, it inconvenienced everyone around him. Okay, and he led a very pretty long life. He lived till 95. Right. So he was an Alzheimer's patient for 15 years. Okay, for 15 years. Okay, so yeah, you can last very long. Okay, so this proves one thing: if you are not stressed at all, you can lead a long life. Okay, but please do not pair that up with Alzheimer's disease. All right, now the second USP, all right, a pillow with two heights. This is one of the things that I love about Beautifly pillow. This is one of the USP that I can totally relate to when I saw this Beautifly pillow and I see, okay, besides the shape, what is so besides the shape and the coverage and all those things, yes, it is bigger now, it is bang for your bucks. What is there's something more special about it? When I saw this USP, a pillow with two heights, okay, I immediately fell in love with it. Okay, this high and low kind of combination, it saves me time. Okay, the fourth generation one, if I want to adjust the height of the neck, okay, I have to adjust it every time I use it. Okay, but with Beautifly pillow, I can actually adjust the low part and the high part to the one that I feel comfortable. Okay, sometimes I want it to be higher, okay, because I don't feel the support. Okay, but sometimes sleeping on the higher part will result in me being discomfort that night. Then I sleep on the lower part. Okay, and I do notice that if I uh, if I look down a lot on that day, meaning that I have a bad posture on that day, or I keep looking down a lot on that day, okay, I will tend to sleep on the higher part, right? Okay, because my neck is like a forward slouching type. Okay, so at night it is rather stiff, so I need something to give it some support during the night. So this is me. Okay, so over here actually for the high part is actually to stable your sleeping position, and the lower part is for heat dissipation. Okay, so how does it do that? Why the low part can actually reduce heat is actually due to the material that we put at the lower part of the pillow. Okay, so what is the fourth USP? The fourth USP, okay, would be its thickness. You can fully customize it. This is also one thing beautiful about our Good Morning pillow, our third generation, and our fourth and latest generation pillow, is that this pillow is fully customizable. Okay, I can say this is one pillow that I would not change. Why? Because every time when I have a very different need, okay, for support, I can always adjust it. Okay, I am a side sleeper, so my one over here, my zone one over here and zone one over here is both two different heights. Okay, because I notice a lot of people, one, if you do notice, is that your shoulders most people's shoulders are not in symmetry. Okay, it could be one higher than the other. Besides this symmetry, there's another one, is that if you do notice in front of the mirror, when you will see that the width of your shoulders of your both left and right side is also different. Okay, unless you are into gym exercise and bodybuilding, which requires a lot of posture, which requires a person to look whether you are exercising with proper posture or not, a spotter they call it. Okay, then maybe you will develop equally wide, equally balanced muscles. But if you are not, okay, then it might actually result in a lot of misalignment and unbalanced situation. Okay, so over here in our pillow, the thickness can be adjusted, okay, freely. Okay, you can adjust, even both sides of the shoulders are different. Okay, and it can also be adjusted on the neck part as well. So this is one pillow that I will use for a very, very long time. Okay, but this does not mean that I will not buy other pillows. Okay, maybe I buy out of the sake of wanting to buy, but really, if using it, a pillow which I have used from Good Morning pillow until now, this is one pillow that I've used for a very, very, very long time. Okay, so the adjustment is very important, because if we sleep in the wrong kind of pillow height, okay, it will actually create more stress. We say we want to distress our cervical spine while we sleep, but if the height is wrong, okay, then we might actually cause damage or cause discomfort, okay, cause stiffness to the neck area. But when we create this kind of stiffness, we will not have a good sleep. All right, snoring starts setting in, discomfort, you will toss and turn throughout the night. Okay, you will feel that your muscles are tense, or maybe you will wake up with pain, okay, or even headache and restless nights. Okay, so how do we adjust this? This is very easy. The adjustment for Beautifly pillow is very easy. The insides, okay, are all refillable. All right, you can take out the fillings inside. So the fillings, if you take a 200 milliliter glass, all right, for every adjustment lower, it is actually 1/3 of the glass. Okay, so we just take out 1/3 of the glass if you want it to be lower, or maybe you put it back in 1/3 of the glass if you want it to be higher. Okay, so we have only got two fillings, one for the shoulder part. Okay, we have got 2 packs of this. Okay, 2 packs of this for side sleepers, and then we have got 1 pack for the neck. Okay, 1 pack for the neck. All right. So, if you are a side sleeper as well, yes, you just change these tubes. Okay, these elastic tubes, you just put it in or you remove. Okay, so all these adjustments are all written down in your user manual. Okay, in your user manual, you can refer to it, and it's always good to have someone to spot at the side. Okay, so if you feel uncomfortable while sleeping on Beautifly pillow, it's just that one, maybe you are not used to it because it's still new. But if you have been using quite a while and you still feel discomfort, please have someone to spot at the side. Okay, when you sleep, okay, when you sleep on your back, okay, take a look. Is your is your is your position like that, or is it too high up? Your chin is, is pointed upwards, is tilted upwards like that, or maybe is your chin tilted inwards? Okay, one meaning is too low, too high at the neck, and one meaning is too low at the neck. All right, so have someone to spot. And then if you sleep at the side, have someone to spot also. Is your head misaligned like that, not balanced like that? Okay, so we want comfortable. We want it to be comfortable. All right, so the next one would be copper. Okay, so if you sleep on the low part of the pillow, actually over here is where we put our copper ions. Okay, our copper ions, and copper is for heat dissipation. Okay, so that it can reduce the heatiness of the head and also provides excellent ventilation, and it also helps to resist the growth of bacteria as well. All right. Okay, so copper. So copper being copper, this is one theory, okay, that we want that we promote, is that when we sleep, if we have a warm lower body and a cooler head, it can create in a good sleep quality effect. Okay, so how do we do this? How do we pair this up? So we use a Beautifly pillow for a cooler head. All right, and we use PQ, okay, for a warmer lower body. Okay, and if you pair up with DZ as well, especially when you sleep on the C mode, all right, C mode, wow, it is actually, wow, the whole night you have the best of all the worlds. All right, okay, so this is how you can use in combination with other M Life sleeping products. Okay, right, so copper has been used, dated back many years back in Egypt. Is used for sterilization, okay, of water, okay, and it's also used for aiding in sterilization for chest wounds, okay, meaning that they use copper tools, okay, to do surgery. Okay, and it's also used in medical care institutions. So these are the attributes of copper. And copper can also help to cause damage to bacteria. Okay, so how does it prohibit the growth of bacteria? Is that when it touches on copper surface, okay, the bacteria through the copper ions would start to damage the bacteria external layer going into inner, and after that it destroys its membrane and ultimately causes damage to its DNA as well. Okay, so this is how it prohibits the growth of bacteria. Okay, but then again, despite we having this copper, okay, now this is a recognition that antimicrobial copper, these are the materials that we use. It is safe. Okay, the use of copper products is not a problem for the environment and public health. So this has been agreed by the EU member states. Okay, and it is also copper, brass, and bronze is effective in killing pathogens and effective in protection of public health. So these are for people who are quite concerned, okay, about copper materials in things that they use, okay, daily. All right, so this is a safety, okay, safety type of knowledge, okay, that you all should know, a safety type of information, sorry. Okay, so despite that, the pillow can be washed, which is our 7th USP. Okay, despite it being antibacterial, for more hygienic, okay, to achieve the highest possible hygienic standards, our pillow can be washed. Okay, even the outer cover, the platinum cover itself, can be washed as well. Okay, so this is a plus point versus the GMP pillow that we had in the past. The GMP pillow, the cover cannot be washed. It can only be left out in an open air. Okay, but platinum pillow, the cover can be washed, and the whole pillow can be washed as well. Okay, so this is a plus point. This is an upgrade from the previous pillow that we have. All right, and the 6th USP is that it has got different fillers inside, and all these fillers are also very hygienic. Okay, it does not generate heat, it is breathable, and is very flexible. So we can see inside there are different types of fillers. The first fillers that the most you have is for the shoulder part. It is a transparent tube. Okay, transparent tube. Okay, because you sleep on your side. Okay, if there is a lot of noise, okay, it might disturb your micro sleep, okay, when you're going to deep sleep. So it is designed in such a way that it is very flexible and yet is not noisy, although there's a lot of it inside. All right. And then there is another filler, which is a high elastic hollow ball. Okay, these balls over here does a little bit of micro massaging effect. Okay, because we will eventually we will toss and turn during the night, but we are not aware of it. But with every turn, actually, these little bits helps you to turn over smoother, and it also does the what we call the anti-shock type of effect. Okay, all right. So it helps to aid in the support of your neck. So it's at the second, you see over here. All right, and the second part, okay, so when we toss and turn, it does aid in the whole motion. All right, so the third one, okay, would be for the support of the neck, is also elastic tubes, okay, which is very soft, okay, and it also acts as the support for the neck cervical of the neck. Okay, so no matter how what alignment of the neck that you have, it can give you the best support, right? And also to release the pressure at that part. And of course, the last elastic tube would be our copper tube, all right? Copper ions tube. This is the one which can dissipate heat and also, okay, help for antibacterial growth. Right, so all these fillers, okay, all these fillers are all inside the pillow itself, okay. And why it can be washed? Because inside is not cotton, it is not feathers, you know. So you can wash it and then just hang it to dry. It is that simple, okay. So these are a washable pillowcase, all right. So over here it says human produces approximately 200 milliliters of sweat during sleep, okay. So to maintain good hygiene, our pillow can be washed, all right, so that we can use it for a longer periods of time. Okay, it is a very, very durable pillow, right? So these are all the benefits of the pillow. I have already gone through all the 7 USPs, and these are the main benefits of the pillow. So this pillow is not only for sleeping now, it's not only for, it can also detox us, okay, and it also can promote radiant skin. So it's like, you know, gaining health, okay, a cleaner self, a cleaner brain, okay, and also you can do beauty care at the same time, okay. You can do beauty care at the same time, right? Okay, because your whole head, all right, or even your face is touching the platinum material, okay. But for me, it really improves the condition of neck and shoulder tension. Okay, neck stiffness and shoulder stiffness, this pillow really helps me a lot, and it has been doing so since many years back when I first started using it. And it is also good to know that this pillow is actually, they also do have their own research whereby the highest success rate is snoring. Okay, out of all the subjects, 10 subjects which has snoring, 9 has got immediate effectiveness even after 1 night of usage. So the calibration of the pillow is very important. If it's done rightly, it can create instant results. Okay, so this is all for the training of this Beautifly pillow. And I would like to let you know that it is manufactured from a manufacturer with a very long-standing background. Okay, founded in 1923. Okay, the manufacturer has 97 years in the pillow making industry. Okay, and even now, this actually, the inside of the pillow, all the compartments are all hand sewn. Okay, it's all sewn by hand. One needle, one thread. This is why they say one needle, one thread. It's all sewn by hand. It is still handmade. Okay, they want to preserve the tradition. Okay, actually, this kind of pillow, the history back then was from buckwheat pillows. Okay, but buckwheat, being buckwheat organic, okay, it will rot inside the pillow. And because buckwheat also has got this kind of flexibility, that's why it can create with a good support. But then again, being buckwheat, it will rot. Okay, it will accumulate bacteria as well. So that's why you have to change these fillings every now and then. Okay, but with Empower, this Beautifly pillow, we do not have this problem. All right, we have the same good properties of buckwheat. Okay, but minus all its unhygienic disadvantages. Okay, so this is from a manufacturer which has got vast experience and which has a passion in creating better sleep through their handmade pillows. Okay, so this is also a very unique point that we should get across to you as a user and to our customers as well, right? So last but not least, this is one game that Mr. Kai Xiang, our training manager, played early in the afternoon, so I have to play along as well. So how do you remember all the 7 USPs? So what I've written is that 1 to 7. So how do I remember? 1 trillion vibrations, 2 types of height, 3 stooges, 3 fellas fillers, 4 of Egypt, which is copper, 5 to fight the toxins in your brain, 60 equals to dirty, so please wash it after 60 days, 7 dwarfs and Snow White, so may your skin be white as hers. Okay, so these are the associations that we make so that it's easy for us to memorize. Okay, so I will just repeat that again. 1 trillion vibrations. This is the USP of our platinum material. 2 heights. Okay, 2 heights, easy, right? Okay, why 3 stooges? Because 3 fellas, there are 3 men, 3 fellas, so it's equivalent to fillers. All right, 2 fillers. And 4 of Egypt. What happened? What were the Egyptians using? They were using copper. All right, 5. Okay, fight the toxins in your brain. And 60 rhymes with dirty, so you have to wash it after 60 days. Okay, and 7 dwarfs and Snow White, so Snow White, the skin fair as snow. All right, so these are something that rhymes. Okay, maybe it might help you, or maybe you can create yourself. I find that this is the best I can do given the 2 hours that I have of thinking. Okay, all right, thank you very much. This is all for the training part, but please do not leave me yet. Please don't leave me yet, because okay, do you still remember her? Do you still remember her? Who is this? I have the honor to actually introduce Miss Rosemary Clancy, okay, the delegate from the World Sleep Society for our KL leg of World Sleep Day. Our speaker, I had the opportunity to actually introduce to her the whole sleep solutions of M Life, and she was really fascinated by it. She really loves our concept, and she really agrees to what we do, despite the fact that she knows that we are an MLM company. So this is how M Life is unique. We have had Dr. Laura Pellegrini, we have had her Rosemary, Dr. Sampson as well. They perfectly know that we are involved in the direct selling industry, the MLM industry. Okay, to most people, to most professionals, these are very shady things. Okay, but when they give us the chance to actually explain to them what is our mission and what is our vision and what our products represent, they buy us 100% totally. All right, okay, and whatever we say is no different from what you say. All right, which is sleep wellness throughout the world. Okay, we are educating, we are spreading, we are creating awareness. Okay, how do we spread the message of sleep wellness? By through awareness and education. Okay, through education, the importance of sleep, and our products can do just that. So they are really fascinated by the way that we place ourselves, our positioning, and they're also fascinated about the technology behind all the products that we have. So I had this opportunity at the Palace of Golden Horses to actually explain how to use this Beautifly pillow. Okay, and Rosemary Clancy is very happy. So now today I have a very, 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 very good news. We have got a review from her. Okay, and this is her review. But please promise me this. You can take a photo, it's okay, but it's for internal circulation only. Do not send it outside to your friends or your prospects, okay, who are not in M Life yet, okay, because there is a time to do so, but not after this, okay, not after this. Please let us get the authorization from Rosemary Clancy first, okay, because she did say that we can show her statement, okay, but please do not like publish it first, okay, something like that. So this is for internal only, okay. If you agree to this, please press 1. Okay, I have to see a lot of ones before I go to the next slide. If not, I will just skip the next slide all together. Okay, so this is for you yourself and for your downlines, maybe for something that you know, something that you can spread the good news on. Please wait, please be patient, do not spread outside, because if you spread outside now, it doesn't give you any advantage anyway. Okay, who knows who is Rosemary Clancy lah? Okay, you know or not? All right, only we know because we have seen her before. You know, we have heard her talk. We know what's the worst day. For people outside, the feeling is not that great anyway. All right. So come. This is her review. What is her review? All right, no head or neck pain. The pillow is the right height for my side sleep, and my neck and head are well supported, so my neck muscles are not under strain. All right. On the first day when I met her, when I talk about the pillow, yes, I do remember that Miss Rosemary Clancy did say that she always has a problem by waking up to a stiff neck. Okay, to a stiff neck, right? So after she tried Beautifly pillow, this is her review. Yeah, this is a review. Yeah. Okay. So before we get the authorization from her, please, okay, this stays here or between your own group only. All right. Thank you very much.